and current chairman board of trustees, Akwa Ibom Entertainment Foundation. I'm talking about Dr. Peter Umana, aka Monday.
Good morning. Good morning. It's a pleasure.
Morning.
Welcome.
Happy to be here.
Now the name Monday is everybody can relate.
Yeah.
Everybody who has been in Akwa Ibom. I'm not talking about the Indomie generation, anyways.
Indomie generation.
Yeah. Man, when you know the name, you know it's synonymous to
Entertainment, yeah.
Of course.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
How is the entertainment industry doing so far? Let's just begin there.
Okay, there's a general improvement, and I'm very happy that we have come this far. Akwa Ibom has joined the entire Nollywood team in Nigeria to improve the industry. We have contributed immensely to the development of the industry. Before now, it was not like this. People have come to appreciate the industry, appreciate what we do. They see the environment, the natural endowments Akwa Ibom State is blessed with. We've been able to showcase it, and then the talents that we have in our individual actors have been showcased, and the level has grown so high, and we're happy about it.
Okay, knowing fully well that you represent a whole lot of things, and also the movie industry. Now, there is actually a clamor in many quarters, especially by the federal government, to yank off, almost completely remove scenes that has to do with rituals in movies. How would you see that development as far as Nigerian movie industry is concerned?
Well, before we go to that, let us look at the general situation in Nigeria.
Okay.
The country is currently grappling with a lot of challenges, which we know, rising from insurgency, banditry, Boko Haram attack, general corruption, and all that. And then we look at the contributing factors to this general problem. Nollywood is only a contributory factor, a very minute factor in this general problem. You see, I agree that some scenes in most of those movies should not be there. They're giving wrong signals, especially to the younger generation that my sister called the Indomie generation, because they tend to believe everything they see on the television as being right. But then, the other aspect, the benefits, the advantages that we derive from these movies would outweigh the little aspect that is bringing problems now. I'm talking about the rituals and those parts in the movies. So we would look at it holistically and then look at the way we can stop these problems. The federal government has done its bit by trying to clamp down on Nollywood and those movies that contain such acts. Similar thing came when the federal government clamped down on Twitter. They should use that same zeal to clamp down on other aspects of the country that is bringing us these problems and challenges we are facing in Nigeria today. That's my opinion.
Well, are you looking at it? Do you mean this is a misplaced priority at this point?
I will not say so. Government has the right to do anything at any point in time. They are looking at different ways, different aspects of the country, the economy, and everything they could do to bring sanity to the system. And so that is one of the aspects. It's not a misplaced priority. Okay. They have watched it, they have been there, they have seen it over time, and it is time now that we take that decision.
Well, this is coming after a 17-year-old child or Nigerian was caught using his friend for money rituals. And when he was cautioned and interrogated, he said he saw it in a Nollywood movie. where when a popular actor was actually he got rich through the same process, so he decided to get rich too through the same process. Do you feel that the negative impact of most of these scenes outweighs the positive?
Well, that is just the beginning. How about those younger ones that have been watching movies, that have been perpetually attuned to social media, uncontrolled, and whatever they watch, God knows. And the parents do not have a say. Some of them do not even have control over those children. They do not monitor, they do not censor what the children watch. And so that generation, when it begins to unfold, we're into a serious problem. Agreed. Some of those scenes are so obnoxious and they can affect the younger generation. But let us look at the positive aspect. Do this set of children also imbibe the positive aspects of these presentations or movies? The question is that, okay, let's look at the society. What are the values? We are witnessing in Nigeria today a serious degraded societal values, whereby we do not condemn what is bad in totality. The product of these ritual killers, the Yahoo boys, you have that ripple effect in the society, and you witness the society celebrating these people. The churches are celebrating these people. Everybody is happy that these guys are rich. Nobody questions where the source is from. And so these children lean on the society to adopt what they see without thinking about the positive aspect. So that child is acting as a member of the Nigerian society. That's the problem. And the younger generation, the much younger ones that are watching whatever God knows, when they begin to exhibit what they watch negatively, then Nigeria is into another phase of difficult times. Okay, talk about violence. There is general violence occasioned by politics, greed for money, general corruption. A man can kill his wife. The wife can kill her husband. Those ones, are they still being watched in the television, in the movie? Then, as some movies give positive messages at the end, why don't those children watch the end and see the positive?
You know, we talked about this before you joined us. Possibly NEPA took lights. The light went out at the end of the movie.
Most times is that, it has when it begins, and then where you have the conflict, and then where you have the resolution. Most times, a large chunk of time is spent showing the flamboyant, expounding the issue, the situation, rather than give solutions. So maybe they pick interest in what's more interesting to them.
Well, that's what I criticize these movie writers, the script writers, the movie producers, and we used to do script conferencing. We critique. We look at the movie stage by stage, and then look at the message it tends to portend. Some movies today, they run and they end abruptly without leaving the desired, the needed message with intent to correct the ills of the society. They just pick the camera, assemble an untrained artist, go on location, and then come back to the studio, do haphazard editing. The next moment, it is there in YouTube. It is there in the market. What message are we actually portraying? The intent, when we started in 1985, was to make the society better than we met. Criticizing people. I used to appear at scenes or on locations in real life. And when people see Mbondo, they will shape up. Because they knew definitely that I will tell the world what I have seen. And that stopped me from visiting people in homes, attending some functions. Because whatever happens thereafter, they will say it is important that
Okay.
But now, you see, people are not taking that into cognizance when they are producing these movies. We have a message to present. We have our duty to correct the ills of the society. That is why we appear there and everybody is watching us.
Okay, very well then. I will expect us to just put a pause here, take a break and come back. But then before we take this break, I'm going to ask you a question that I'll pretty much think about before we come back. Now, in all you have said, one thing is very clear. You've put responsibility on society, you put responsibility on the family too. And in some way, you have also brought up a thinking pattern. Now, I want to ask this question, just before we go on this break. Are you advocating that these scenes can still stay, but the message passed early enough within the movie, or are you advocating it goes off completely? Hold on. We'll take a break. When we come back, the show continues. Please stay. Great to have you back. In case you just joined in, this is Rise and Shine, and this conversation is live on our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram with the handle at SpectrumTv. You may do well to go join up on our website to see more of the stories and other stories at www.SpectrumTv.ng. We'll be playing host to the man I like to refer to as Mbonda. Really, that's what he is. Okay, and just before the break, I asked you a question. Okay, are you advocating really that the whole ritual thing in the movie, because I'm of the opinion that it actually tells a story too. Somehow it tells a story. The negative parts of the wrong ways of making money and all of that. But then again, not my opinion, your opinion. Do you think it should be removed completely, or that it could be modified in such a way that the whole ritual thing is reduced drastically, so that the real message or what is intended by the producers is passed on early enough for the viewer to get?
Yes, that's a very good question, and it shows the way forward. We are trying to provide solution to what we're having at hand. Naturally, there are some scenes that you would not love to watch. And the Film Censors Board had instructed that we should not see blood on the movie. I remember when there was a plane crash in Nigeria, one of the plane crashes, and the television station that went there first pictured everything. How human parts were scattering about. Very gory sight. There are times you watch those movies and you don't like to watch again, you can close the TV. Because what you are seeing should not be seen, should not be portrayed in the public. And you see people doing things. It is better in Hollywood. They know how to modify these things. But we are just going haywire. We are doing it the way we like, the African way, the Nigerian way, with impunity. Imagine somebody cutting human parts in the television. Some children are they are so afraid. They will not want to watch the television again, the movie, so that they will not see such things. And that precludes them from seeing the right thing, or the right morals on the TV. So my position is that the Censors Board should be alive to their responsibilities. If they were there, if they had censored all these things, what we're having now would not have arisen. But then the script writers, the movie producers, they have this sole responsibility to bring sanity to the system. We have worked so hard to come this far. There were times people did not like to watch TV. First, it was black and white, and not everybody had it. But now the thing is around us, and with the social media thing, it is good for everybody. Let us just use it the positive side. In other words, let us modify the content. What we do concerning these gory scenes in the television, so that we give the positive message. And those other people that I mentioned, the church, the society, the family, government, and indeed every other person should be interested in portraying Nigeria in good light. I don't know how the other climes regard us concerning this thing we are talking about, until the federal government rose to say it is too much and enough should be enough.
Well, you've said a couple of things, and now I want to draw your attention to another angle of this story. Most times, the actors that we see play out this script on TV or in movies, when they come to real life, most times their lifestyle can actually influence a fan, because they are personalities that drag a lot of fans, attract a lot of fan base, and when they come out, like a typical celebrity in Nigeria is living large and showing it on Instagram, on different social media platforms, and then a child or a fan who actually saw her or him a movie, did money rituals or any other social vices, and then looking at him in reality, maybe that is not the source of his money. The child might just get a wrong message. Do you think that the lifestyle of celebrities can actually, bring about this same issue?
That is true. That is quite true. We have role models. And the younger generation, in fact, we should have role models. Everybody, we should have mentorship. And mentorship means you watch somebody that has made it in life, a prominent person, and then you follow. That's what is happening in classrooms. The students, the pupils have the teacher as the role model. I nearly had a problem in life, made a mistake in life. I didn't want to go to school because in my primary school days, I saw somebody that had money and was only selling a kiosk. And when we went to buy chewing-gum and sweet, we see him counting money. And that informed me that I could make it in life without going to school. And when the time came for me to go to school, I declined. Until I was coerced into going to school. And today I've made it. I'm a PhD holder. I would have been, my life would have been derailed. So we have role models. We need people that we should follow. I agree. Okay, maybe that's on the affluent side. But on the other side, we used to see, and we still have, movie actors as people that are wayward. The way they dress, the way they drink, the way they talk. Some of them do not even think of the future. Most of them are not married. They are not family people. They just feel they can just appear on the television, on the screen, on the movie, and that's all in life. They don't look responsible. That's not the kind of thing we're talking about. Then the other extreme is those in excess in affluence, showing off, throwing money at parties, driving Porsche cars, flaunting their wealth. That is on the extreme. It should not be so. Life requires modesty, so that as you're appearing on the street, on the television, you know that people are watching you. Most of these people don't think about the future of those children. That is a shortcut to wealth, and that's movie production, without education at the background. So they just think they can make it in the Nollywood by following the person that is appearing there. Some of them don't behave as graduates and responsible persons in the society. I always make a difference between my role in the television, on the movie, with the real person I am. Like Mama G. We regard her as the worst wife, housewife, mother, very controversial. Patience also.
Yeah.
As a very controversial woman, nobody would want to marry. That's the rule she's given. In my days, I used to act Debbie Ibok. And people will think of me as their Bible. But in real life, I don't go there. So there should be that difference between the act one plays on the movie and the real life. Knowing fully well that there are people that are watching us and people that are using us as their role model. So that's it.
Okay.
Well, okay, is there some form of censorship, or what do you think can be done in that regard by the movie censorship board in terms of cautioning celebrities on their actions?
We need a general advocacy, general sensitization, enlightenment. It has gone down, it has gone worst. We need to come back. We need to sanitize the system. The actors themselves should know that they have committed a crime by letting these younger ones to sin. They should correct themselves. During scripting, they should make sure the right message is passed at the right time. And they should have the content that presents what we need in Nigeria, reformation. The younger generation, they don't have, they seem to be hopeless. They don't know who to follow. It is just like politics is playing out today. That is another angle. And nobody seems to talk about politics. The way it has come, the way it is going, and what it presents to the public. So the movie producers, the actors themselves, the censors board, government, the society, the church, and then the family should all be involved in this process of sanitizing the system. That's my message.
Well, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us on the show. It was nice having you one day. He's not scary at all. He's not scary.
Yeah, the first time I heard the name, I was like, oh my God. And imagine
I only get the name, but they are all over the place.
I'm telling you. Oh well.
It's okay.
Okay, thank you very much for being on the show. We look forward to another conversation.